This ugly girl's name is Ju-kyung because she was extremely ugly since she was little, so she was often ridiculed by her neighbors. They said she was as ugly as a ghost. When Ju-kyung was 7 years old, at a family party, Ju-kyung was teased by her relatives because of her ugly appearance. Her grandfather even said she was illegitimate, but Ju-hyun's mother told Ju-kyung that she only needed to have excellent academic performance and that beauty was not important. That day, when Ju-kyung saw the little fairy Balala on TV, she immediately imagined that it would be great if she was as beautiful. So Ju-kyung immediately dressed up as a fairy but received ridicule from her classmates. This made Ju-kyung's heart very hurt. Time has passed by in a flash. 10 years have passed, but Ju-kyung's appearance has not changed at all. She still has big black eyebrows and a long ponytail. Furthermore, Ju-kyung couldn't get along with the other female classmates, and they even nicknamed her Dumpling. Her classmates called out Dumpling, but Ju-kyung couldn't hear, so they threw a piece of paper over. Ju-kyung got up in fear. A pretty girl in the class asked Ju-kyung to buy her breakfast. As soon as Ju-kyung left the classroom, she heard someone calling ugly girl. She couldn't help but angrily return to the classroom, but only to ask her classmates if they wanted vegetable buns or meat buns. After Ju-kyung bought the buns, she looked towards the cafeteria to see if there were any handsome guys. At this moment, a handsome guy walked over, and then he took off Ju-kyung's headphones. And this narcissistic man is the male god that Ju-kyung has secretly loved for a long time. Looking at the handsome guy in front of Ju-kyung couldn't stand it anymore and exclaimed that he was so handsome. This scene was coincidentally seen by the class beauty. She even mocked Ju-kyung. When it was lunchtime, Ju-kyung saw Han Bin again. His handsome appearance made Ju-kyung extremely admired. The friends in front saw Ju-kyung, so they immediately told the friend next to that they would give him 10 million if he dated Ju-kyung. But he immediately shook his head and refused. A moment later, it was finally Ju-kyung's turn. She decided to confess her love to Han Bin. So Ju-kyung mustered up the courage to meet Han Bin tomorrow afternoon. Unexpectedly, he and Bin happily agreed. Coincidentally, this scene was seen by the class beauty. She decided to confront Ju-kyung. After lunch, the class beauty went to Hyun Bin and said that Ju-kyung was not worthy of someone as beautiful as Hyun Bin. Hyun Bin quickly said that he just felt sorry for Ju-kyung. At this time, the beauty girl said that she wanted to date Hyun Bin tomorrow noon. Hearing that the beauty girl wanted to date him, he was extremely happy. Seeing that the plan had succeeded, the beauty girl left with an evil smile. In the evening, when Ju-kyung returned home, she rushed into the kitchen and started making a love lunch to prepare to confess to Hyun Bin tomorrow noon. After being busy for several hours, the love bento box was finally finished. Ju-kyung lay on the bed thinking about confessing to Hyun Bin tomorrow, feeling extremely happy. The next day, Hyun Bin took the bus straight to school. Due to inertia, when the car suddenly stopped, Ju-kyung sat on a classmate's lap. This classmate saw Ju-kyung and immediately pushed her aside with a disgusted look. 10 minutes later, Ju-kyung arrived at class. She was about to sit down when the beauty girl came over. Before the beauty girl could even say anything, Ju-kyung automatically went to get dumplings for this friend. After Ju-kyung left, her friends opened her love bento box and ruined it. At noon, Ju-kyung confessed to Hyun Bin, whom she had secretly loved for a long time. Unexpectedly, Hyun Bin felt that she was insulting him, so he immediately said insulting words to Ju-kyung. Hyun Bin even knocked the lunchbox that she had prepared for a long time to the ground. Just like that, Ju-kyung's first confession finally failed. At this time, a group of classmates came to watch her antics. They even picked up their phones and recorded her miserable appearance. Ju-kyung faced the camera with a very reluctant expression. Then she was pushed to the ground by her male classmates. Ju-kyung cried sadly. She asked them why they hurt her like that. She had never done anything wrong to them. At this moment, the beauty girl bent down and pointed at Ju-kyung's forehead and said that it was because she was ugly that she was treated like that. On the way home after school, Ju-kyung saw a video of her confessing to Hyun Bin online. People commented that Ju-kyung was the ugliest person they had ever seen. They also said that she was ugly and shameless. How could she go to school in the future? These comments made Ju-kyung unable to hold back her tears. She wondered if being ugly was a sin, if being ugly meant being bullied. Ju-kyung remembered what her friends had said. They said that if she wasn't pretty, she should at least have eyes. Moreover, they said that Ju-kyung didn't know how to recognize her own position. She sat in the bathroom thinking about going to school tomorrow, and her classmates would definitely point at her. Ju-kyung felt that no one liked her, so she secretly made a decision. Ju-kyung went into the elevator and put on her broken glasses and went up to the rooftop. Then Ju-kyung stepped forward and clenched her hands into fists. She looked at the male artist on the billboard opposite. Ju-kyung unconsciously took a few steps back. Ju-kyung thought to herself that she couldn't die yet. Ju-kyung took a few breaths and felt that it was quite cold up there. At this moment, a figure rushed straight towards her and raised his hand to pull her back. The glasses also fell down and Ju-kyung lay on top of the guy. Because the glasses fell down and Ju-kyung was nearsighted, she couldn't see the guy's face clearly. She quickly stood up and looked for her glasses, and at this time, the guy also stood up. He thought that Ju-kyung was about to do something stupid, so he scolded her. Ju-kyung wanted to explain, but the guy didn't give her a chance to intervene. After that, the two of them prepared to go back, but Ju-kyung didn't have her glasses on, so she couldn't see anything. She could only hold onto the stairs and walk slowly. As a result, the elevator broke down again, so the two helpless people could only take the stairs. Ju-kyung accidentally stepped on it and fell to the ground. While she was in despair, the boy came back. Then he reached out and helped her stand up. Because Ju-kyung couldn't see, so she directly touched the boy's butt. She apologized to him and said that she didn't mean to. The boy was also very helpless. In the end, the boy carried Ju-kyung on his back and walked down the 30 floors one by one. Because Ju-kyung couldn't see clearly, she thought the boy was some old man. After 10 minutes, they finally reached the ground floor. The boy asked the guard if the elevator was broken. The guard told him that the elevator was just undergoing routine maintenance for a few minutes. After hearing that, the boy was confused for a moment. After going out, Ju-kyung took a taxi home. The boy who saved Ju-kyung was named Suho. Just now, Suho saw Ju-kyung about to do something stupid, which reminded him of his dead classmate. That's why he risked his life to save Ju-kyung. Ju-kyung, who was sitting in the car, suddenly thought of the last words she said to her mother on the rooftop. If her mother heard them, she would definitely be very worried. Ju-kyung quickly picked up the phone and called her mother, but no one answered. At this time, everyone in Ju-kyung's house, everyone was extremely tense. The reason being that her father owed a lot of money. When Ju-kyung returned home, she saw her mother crying. She thought that her mother had heard the message she left, so she quickly ran to hug her mother. Her mother also hugged the son and daughters, and even said that they should die together. Ju-kyung said that she shouldn't have said those words, but she didn't know that her mother was crying because her family was in debt. Ju-kyung said that it was because her mother gave birth to her like this, and her older sister and younger brother both looked like their father. She was the only one who resembled her mother, so she was very ugly. A few unexpected words made everyone confused. Ju-kyung said that she didn't want to die anymore and wanted to get plastic surgery. Unexpectedly, she was beaten by her mother. mother. Her mother told her to get out of here quickly and not make her mother angry anymore, while she kept muttering to her mother to let her get plastic surgery. At this time, a netizen sent her a makeup video. After opening it to watch and comparing the before and after makeup photos, Ju-kyung was extremely surprised. The next day, she put on so much makeup that even her relatives didn't recognize her, and then she went to school. Everyone was surprised. When Ju-kyung confidently walked into the classroom, even the beauty girl, who had always looked down on her, was surprised. Unbelievably, her classmates immediately burst out laughing. Some of them even hurriedly took out their cell phones to record. Ju-kyung also realized that she had failed, and just like that, she once again became the laughingstock of her classmates. That night, her mother called to borrow money everywhere. After hanging up the phone, Ju-hung's mother stood up and went back to her room, but when she heard someone calling mother, the mother reacted. It turned out to be Ju-kyung. She almost scared her mother to death. Mother thinking that Ju-kyung was trying to scare mother, but Ju-kyung said she was just putting on makeup. Mom said she wasn't putting on makeup but rather scaring a ghost. Then mom told Ju-kyung to go wash her face. Only then did Ju-kyung realize how embarrassed she was today. Then she walked over and grabbed mom's hand, asking her mother to transfer her to another school. Mom said, I was also planning to transfer for you. It turned out that Ju-kyung's father owed money and had to sell the house here. When Ju-kyung heard that she had to transfer schools, she was so happy. Mom saw her so happy and thought that she was happy because the family was about to go bankrupt. At that moment, Ju-kyung's younger brother also came home from school. He was startled by his sister's face. When Ju-kyung returned to her room and looked in the mirror, she began to appreciate the successful makeup looks of people online. Ju-kyung sighed and wondered which step she had gone wrong. Then she took out a knife and cut her piggy bank in half. The next day, she took all the money she had saved and went to the mall to buy a lot of cosmetics. After returning home, Ju-kyung started to trim her eyebrows, but due to carelessness, she accidentally shaved them off. Then she consoled herself and said that she needed to redraw them anyway. She could handle it. The next step was to curl her eyelashes, then draw her eyebrows, and finally apply lipstick. After a hard night of practice, all she needed to do was put on her contact lenses. Because Ju-kyung had to move and didn't have much time, so she put on a mask in the car. Coincidentally, Suho stepped out at this moment. Ju-kyung's father suddenly opened the car window, causing the mask, which had been dry for a long time, to fly out. Unfortunately, it landed on Suho's face. Ju-kyung was so scared that she quickly got into the car, while Suho was extremely angry. After moving to the new house, Ju-kyung continued to put on makeup. Today, she was going to a new school, because first impressions are very important, so she wanted to appear beautiful. The moment she stepped down from the house, her parents were shocked. Her sister, who was about to blame Ju-kyung, had to stop. Her family couldn't react for a long time. At school, a beautiful girl walked into the school grounds, and friends were all shocked.